All right, program 3 is looking for you to start using object-oriented programming. What they want you to do is create a new constructor for the bank class, which initializing checkings and savings and sets the initial values to 0. And they also want you to go through and write the get checking and get savings methods. Don't overcomplicate this. Essentially, what we're doing is taking a look on here. This is what your output's supposed to look like, and the program that's originally given to you is this bank Tom equals new bank. And then you've got your class bank right here. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and create some code which creates a new constructor for the bank class and sets my values to 0. Currently, if you take a look at this, I am going through there and creating the two new bank classes, but I'm not setting the values anywhere. So I'm going to pause this for just a second and we'll take a look at the code on how this should look. All right, so I've gone through there and I have finished initializing and putting in my code here. And essentially what I've come back over here is added in this additional information here. I've come down into my class bank, and this is my default constructor. The default constructor is something that's going to paste on every single one of them. So if you take a look at the code up here, once again, nothing has changed up here in my main method. Object-oriented programming is looking for you to create different classes. The classes are going to go through there and create certain characteristics that are available for all of the different items that you create. The reason that the bank class is used, and you're not using a default file. This isn't something that you can import off of a math library or anything else. The only reason that the author SRAM uses the bank class, whether it's in its own file or if you're using object-oriented programming and creating your own classes here, is essentially because it is a good way to really demonstrate what he's trying to go through there and do. Is if I was running my own bank, I don't want to go through there and create a program and set it up for every single one. I don't want to keep doing the program over and over and over. If you ever watched It's a Wonderful Life or movies that were dealing with banking in the old days, everything would be kept in a ledger. And so each one of your customers, you'd have them on their own sheet of paper. What this does in computer science is the benefit is I'm able to go through there and say, hey, I'm going to have these different class. I'm going to create everybody's checking and savings account. Everybody's going to get the same interest rate. However, everybody's going to go through there and deposit and withdraw money at different times. So this allows you to go through there and take a look at this. The default constructor, all I've got to come back over here is put in my public. Here's my bank, and I'm going to come back over here, and this is my default constructor. It's going to set my checking account to 0 and my savings to 0. And then setting my two different return methods is going to allow me to come back over and take everything out of this class, pass it back up into my main method. And so I'm putting get checking, return checking, and then my get savings, return savings. That's all there is to program 3. I'll see you on program 4 if you need their help with that one.